share with the world, if you have an ideology you want to share with the world, you have a certain tradition that you want to knock off, or you have a story that you want to share, you have experiences that you want to share with the world, or you want to shape a certain narrative, then you can write a book. So it's not limited to age or to profession or to career or birth or race. As long as the book has a message that you want to share with the world, then you can author a book.
Okay, for somebody like you that's authored 14 books, how do you get inspiration? You sit under a tree and apple hits your head,
Well, we all different in certain, in all different ways. I have inspiration in different ways, different from someone else. So for me, early in the morning, when I wake up in the morning, I usually go to the toilet. It's like a routine for me. It's a ritual for me. And whenever I sit there and I'm doing my thing, the ideas begin to pop. Many of my ideas come in when I'm either taking my bath or when I am doing my thing in the morning on the toilet seat. So inspiration is everywhere around those conversations that we have with people, relationships that we have with people, films that we watch, books that we read, when you step out on the street, the things that you see, in the bus, in the cab. The thing is that if you're living in the moment and you're able to capture these observations, then you can have inspiration. Sometimes people feel, okay, I don't have the inspiration. We can prime it. So priming can be that I just stop everything I'm doing. Some individuals they cook. As they start cooking, inspiration will come. Some they iron.
I like this kind of thing.
Start ironing, some inspiration will fall out. Some have sex. When having sex, inspiration will come out. Some smoke, some take some other things. I don't like the taking substances, but if you check it, you find out that inspiration is everywhere. You may not necessarily need to walk into the garden or to go into the bush. If that rocks your boat, fine, go into the bush, get the inspiration.
Okay, so the big question is, how do I start writing my book? What do I do first?
Okay, so I'll give you some sort of guidelines on how to do that. Right. So if you've got a message you want to share, you want to put it in the form of a book. So the first thing actually is that you have to define what the message is for yourself, because it's going to guide you. If you don't have a message, then you're going to do everything haphazardly. So when you have the message, then the next thing is to do what we call mind mapping, right? So mind mapping is like you're taking everything inside of you, illustrations, examples, statistics, history, those things, as dirty as they are, as stupid as they are, as simple as they are, just keep dumping, just put them. So usually I tell my clients, get a whiteboard or you get a cardboard sheet. So it's just for dumping. That's what we do. So you just put everything that is related to the subject matter that you are dealing with, right? So the next step is outlining. So the outlining is like someone who has prepared clothes to sew. So all the rags and cutouts and everything, you're bringing them together to make the cloth that you're making. So from all the things that you
the outline is like topics, right?
Yeah. Outline is now bringing everything together, all right, to make it have a meaning. So you put everything together and then you start fleshing it. So you start fleshing it by taking all those stories and putting them, because a book has to be logical, a book has to be sequential, it has to have a meaning, then it has to have a flow. So somebody shouldn't read your book at the end of the day is not
it's not here,
here there.
So is there like an app you use, or is it something that do you use pen and paper? Any way you go with a book? How do you do your own?
Individuals, I said, everybody is different. For me, there are so many apps that you can use. I use the Evernote app. So for my Evernote app, I can, as I'm on the road or I'm anywhere I am, or even taking my bath, I quickly put in the Evernote app. And the app, you can sync it with your laptop. So by the time you're done putting something there, just turn on your data and then you save it. By the time you return to your laptop, you can continue from where you stopped. But the other individuals can carry notebooks around. Jot things.
So whatever works for them.
Whatever rocks your boat, as long as you get into the destination. Doesn't matter where you passed, you can.
You know what, Nigerians, as much as we want to put out good content, a lot of people want to eat.
Yeah,
you understand? They really want to put right things that they feel that they can hammer. So are there specific topics you think, or specific things people write about that that will be quick and good turnover?
Well, for me, it's all about the business. I said two things that usually guide me when I want to write a book. I want to write a book that people will want to read. I want to write a book. Two things. One, I want to write a book that people will read. I want to write a book that will make money for me. Any other individual can have his own objective. The individuals want to write for legacy. The individuals want to write for a specific, number of people. A small number of people who want to read the book. But the thing is this. You need to realize that in the nation where we are, there are certain things you write about and people will rush it. So if you're a GO and you want to write about God giving hope and all that kind of stuff, then when you take it, miracles will happen, people will rush it. you know. And if you want to write about making money, because we're in a nation where a lot of individuals want to make money because we are things that are designed here to kill everybody, you know. So you just want to make money. So if you write a book that has to do with making money,
Yes.
people will buy. You ask yourself, why is it that people are still rushing Ponzi scheme? It's the truth. People want to make money and make it fast. So if you compare that kind of book to writing a book that talks about how to take care of dogs or how to take care of your beer or kind of things, that one will sell less than the one. So it all depends on what your objective is and what your message is.
You know, so recently I met a lot of authors, you know, that struggled, wrote their book, used their, you know, their income to try to print the books and all that. At the end of the day, it didn't sell. So, you know, this our topic is two parts. One is how to write the book. The next one is how to promote the book.
Okay.
So I've seen you online, promoted your book. You sold thousands of copies.
Yeah.
So should we start it? How do you promote your book then? How the next question will be, how should authors also promote their book? So let's start with you. How do you promote your book?
The thing, when I was starting out in the writing industry, I began to see that a lot of writers or authors actually are focused on the art of writing without understanding the business of writing. Those two come hand in hand. If you want to make money from books, you have to understand the art of writing and at the same time understanding the business of writing. The business part is where a lot of people are missing out on it. So for me, these are the steps I usually take. There are so many things, but I can just share a few of them. So when I'm starting out writing the book, the idea comes, I start sharing the idea immediately online.
It's not a secret.
No,
where
it's not a secret.
only you.
Yeah, it's not a secret. Only me. So what I do is that I take people on the journey.
So you want somebody to steal your idea? You know, there's this thing of I don't want anyone to steal my idea.
How will you steal the entire book? If I talk about how the book is and what I'm writing about, what will you steal? I mean, you don't understand my processes. You don't understand my peculiar way of putting out my unique way of putting out my solution. So how will you steal it?
Okay.
So that's a very funny thing that people say. So I start sharing with people. I'm creating anticipation in their hearts, you know, to make them to go on the journey with me, see that the book is what they need, and then by the book is coming out, and by the time the book is coming out, they're ready to take it. Then the second thing is to understand that you're the number one salesman of your book. People write book and they distance themselves from the book, and I find it funny. If that book you've written is something that's amazing, why don't you go ahead to share it? So I carry my book on I say to people, carry your market on your head. So I do guerrilla marketing. I sell my books during receptions in married weddings and all that.
Wow.
I have conversations with people in very, very unusual manner. So I'm the number one salesman of my book because I believe in the product, I believe in the book, I believe that the book has a solution and people must get it. Then the third thing is the fact that I utilize a launch team. So these are individuals, as a result of me building my brand, I've come to believe in my brand. And that's another thing. You need to understand that you have to build your brand yourself. Time has gone when you author a book and you're expecting publishing companies to come take it and pay you royalties while you're sleeping. That time has gone. Now you have to build you by yourself. You have to build your influence. You have to be addicted to the numbers because that's how the money will come. So these individuals, as a result of the things I've built and influence and making, they believe in my brand. So I can put out a statement and say, hey guys, I'm launching a new book. I just need your help to be able to spread it to people. Just come help me. And they come and they're the ones who spread news to their people and people tend to start to buy. So then the next thing I do is that I utilize influencers. In this space, the individual's influence is, to me, it's not about the millions of people following the individuals. That the individual can make a statement today and people will jump on the statement and take a step. So I identify these people in my space, and how do I connect with them is by giving them value. So I provide value for them, you know, consult for them sometimes for free, share with them the things that can help their own businesses, their own lives, their own marital status and all these kind of things. And when I need help from them, just by them making a post or taking my book and holding it and sharing it on their platform, people tend to buy. Then finally is the fact that you have to be consistently marketing and putting your book out there. If you check my timeline, there's no week that passes by that I don't talk about one of my books or two of my books, because I believe that the book is this product that people must, you know, if I don't get angry with the woman who's selling akara on the streets because people need to buy akara and eat, then I shouldn't be angry with, you shouldn't be angry with me that I'm selling my book. You get what I mean? So I'm always sharing, I'm always putting out there, you know, carrying my market and selling it and sharing it. You know, if I have a car, put it in the car. If you are going for a conference, if you're going for a speaking engagement, take it along, you know, take them along and keep putting out there. Don't be ashamed, you know. So there are so many other things that I do, you know, using bonuses. So bonuses is the fact that I'm launching a particular book, but there are other things that I attach to the book. So it could be template, it could be workbook, it could be other things that can help other areas of your life. So I put it together, and you understand that people have this thing, it's a default thing. We want to buy more for less. For example, when you go to buy suya, those other ones that they cut, it seems to taste more, better, because it's just an ajara, that kind of stuff. So when people see that I have a lot that I'm giving them for less, they tend to buy. Then I use what I call fear of missing out. It's a marketing tactic. So we place a deadline and say, if you do not buy this right now, at this particular time, all the things that I'm promising you will go away. And the usual thing is that every time that I do my launch, I always make the most money on the final day, 2 days before, because the default state of the human being is that they keep pushing it to the final day. And when I'm hitting that deadline, they want to go get it. So these are a few things. There are other things, but I don't think we have enough time.
No, we don't have enough time
to share.
All right, we're almost out of time. There's always an argument between publishing a physical book and an ebook, you know. So what's your take on that? Should people do more ebooks? Should they publish their books? You know, because a lot of people don't have the funds to actually publish their hard copy of their books.
So away from the funds, I tell individuals, test your reception by the market just by do an ebook. Do an ebook, and I tell them, don't spend so much time. Use Canva. You can do an ebook in less than 24 hours. So
on Canva? Yes, Canva is an app. So
do
for those that don't know,
15-page book, and test yourself and see if people are buying it. Get what I mean? So when people are, I started with ebooks before I started talking about printed books, and so when people started accepting me, buying the things I was offering, then I moved over to buying. So, but the thing is that ebook and the book, they have disadvantages. They have their own advantages. You get? So disadvantage is the fact that I can't go to speak on stage and I tell people, hey, this is my book, and I'll tell them what to buy. But if I have my physical book there, then they can buy. Another thing is piracy also. So people take your ebook and they start sharing it because they are.
Yeah, I know that happened to you one day. One guy was selling it.
There are ways we do that, to overcome those pirates. There are ways we do that. So thank you very much.
All right. With your experience and the amount of books you've written, do you train people?
Yeah, I do. So I train individuals on how they can start from the foundation to the point of getting the book and then marketing. So anybody who wants to get me to do that, on WhatsApp, 09025153322. WhatsApp only.
Okay.
All right. 09025153322. So I repeat again. 090.
Okay.
25.
So before we let you go, before Vitamin C throws us out,
I'm not violent. It's just that other things have to go on.
Yes. So what is your advice to authors? First of all, let's separate them.
Okay.
What's your advice to people that are about to start writing, have never written? Then what's your advice to people that have written but have not sold? Because I know one. Let me tell you, I know an author that came to meet me once, that he was trying to get across to you, to help him sell his book. And I said, I don't understand. You write a book, and you want to get across the mechanisms to help you sell your book. I don't understand.
And the problem I see with these individuals, I think, is deeply rooted psychological problems that people have.
They feel that
they have this dissociation from money. So when they come to me, they have this thinking that it's all about the art. It's all about what they can put out there and let the world enjoy. When I start talking money, they tend to shrink away. But then it's pure, I don't know, it's, as I said, it's psychological. You need to start loving money. If you want your art to sell, you have to be at peace with money.
Yes.
You have to be at peace with people giving you money. Don't think that because God has blessed you with this gift, you can give it as you like, and then people are not giving you money. The individuals who are scared that people are even giving them money for what they know in their brain. Yes, I've met a lot of individuals who are like that. So you have to open up yourself to love money. All right. That thing about the Bible, that the love of money, man, that is twisted. You need to start understanding something different.
We're not going to that argument.
I saw you at the weekend in the political rally.
Well, yeah.
I saw you.
Of course, no. But you forgot. Oh, well, didn't we talk about
we talked about that. I'm saying that. We talked about it also. Yes.
Apart from where Juju guys are, don't call me.
So that's it. So my advice to them is, if you got a message, start to put it out in form of books, right? And start to build yourself into a powerful brand. On a daily basis, keep sharing. And the smartphones that we have right now is a very powerful place for you to build your influence. Trust me, I don't have the energy to knock on people's doors. Everything I do since I started out in 2010 has been through social media, and I've been building my blog, my email system, my website, and all that. Those are the things that I've been using to build myself. So keep building yourself, keep creating content and putting out there, keep authoring the books. All right. Then for those who have written but are not selling, you need to start mastering the game of selling. is a different technique altogether. There are so many techniques to put in, you know, things that we're tweaking, things that we're, so we test a lot of things, we do things, and as I said,
Have you written any book on selling, on how to sell?
I'm writing a book actually right now.
Okay.
You know, I'm writing a book.
So for those,
sell like a don. So that's
okay,
what
for those that are
I'm
interested,
working
pay
with.
attention.
Yeah. But there's one I've already seen for people who want to sell their books. It's called Your Book We Sell. So it's on Amazon. It's also physically available. So if you send me a WhatsApp message, you can get the link to be able to get the book. You know?
Right.
So by reading it,
you will sell your book.
you'll be able to sell your book.
Thank you very much, Mr. Neganovis. Thank you, Mr. Vitamin Z, for having us. For those that are interested, you buy your book we sell.
Book we sell.
If you want to sell your book, buy the book. The book we sell. Thank you very much, Patako. Do have a nice day.
Thank you.
All right, the breakfast show continues up until 10 o'clock when the news at 10 will come through. Let's go for a brief break and we'll be right back.